Hey guys. I know that I said we'd go over some ways to improve the reasoning section of our labs, but we didn't have a chance to do that in class. So I'm going to make a video and I'll share my screen and show you a little cheat sheet I put together. Okay, so the place where we're all struggling the most on our lab reports is the reasoning section. And so most of you are good at making claims. That's just a statement that you're making a statement about what you think will happen. You don't have to include the why in your claim. The evidence is the actual evidence that you collected and your analysis of that evidence. So any trends that you see, any relationships, etc. The reasoning is where we're all getting messed up and missing the most points. So reasoning essentially says why your evidence actually supports your claim. Most of us are just repeating our evidence. We're just saying the evidence portion again, and I can't give you full credit for that. Reasoning should involve something new, okay? Something new that you should bring in is any knowledge about a scientific principle or a rule that has to do with your findings. So for example, when you looked at the sling cats and you saw that when you did not put in a mutation, no changes occurred. You could assume that there are no, additional genotypes in the population, as in the only, let's say I have a population of masks, the only phenotype or physical characteristic that my mask can have is orange, right? Until I introduce a mutation to that population, because all I have in the population right now are orange alleles. So we can only have orange. And that goes with your sling cats lab, because even though you changed the temperature or even though you changed the foliage, nothing changed about the phenotype of those sling cats. So simply saying the word phenotype, that is a scientific principle. The genetic components that contribute to the physical characteristics or phenotype, you could infer by working your way backwards that there were no other genotypes in that population. There were no hidden alleles anywhere, right? That would be a scientific principle that both explains your findings and ties it to your claim, right? So that's the whole point. Your reasoning section needs to include something new. This is where we're all struggling. Some ways that you can do this are by going back in your notes, looking for a scientific principle that ties into the lab that you're doing and bring it in. So this new lab that we're doing on natural selection versus artificial selection, make sure that you discuss what natural selection is in your reasoning, right? Natural selection is when organisms are who are most fit or most well adapted to their environment will reproduce and pass on the most traits to the next generation. So whoever survives gets to pass on their genes, and if you don't survive, you don't get to pass on your genes. So here are some sentence starters that you can use while you work in your lab. Try to avoid the words it and prove, okay? We don't often prove things in science class, but you can say that these facts work together to build a case, or all of this helps to show, but we're not really proving anything yet. We're just sharing our observations and explaining why our evidence supports the claim that we're making. I would love, love, love to work on this with you. If you want to work in your lab today during office hours, please do. And I miss you guys this week, so hopefully we get a chance to at least see you on office hours. Let me know what else I can do to be helpful, and I think you guys are awesome. Bye.